Hey there guys, welcome back to another episode of Monster Super League. It's your boy Odin, and today we're going to be talking about the brand new Golems B11 or B15. I kind of wanted to take a day before I made the video to kind of just test out some of the levels and basically write down what is the most efficient way to beat the dungeons. They are extremely difficult, so they're not going to be for your brand new player or anybody who's kind of mid game. They're mainly only for end game players. But even for end game players, the dungeons are way too, difficult to auto battle. And as you guys know, dungeons like the golems, which you're basically running just mainly for the gems, you're gonna wanna do them on auto mode. You're not gonna sit there for 15 minutes doing each one of these floors. And I can tell you right now, the average time to complete these floors, even on auto, is going to be anywhere between 3.5 minutes to 5 minutes. Therefore, I don't consider it efficient to go and basically run B12 to B15, especially if you're even going to do it manual mode. You're either going to do it in the nuking mode or you're going to do it in the zapper mode. And the most effective method for running B11 to B15 though is going to be zap. And basically all you're going to try to do is try to live out the boss's damage and hope that zap kills them before you die. That's essentially the type of strategy that I recommend for B12 to B15 if you plan on doing it on auto. But I will say that, however, despite the fact that you may seem like you're going to have a really good chance to get a 6-star gem as you get up higher, it's not true. I ran B15, no joke guys, 30 times yesterday, and out of those 30 times I ended up getting 24 5-star gems. Therefore, I consider it completely ineffective to run B15, B14, 13, and 12. It depends highly on what type of team composition you have that you can use to run each one of these levels, B12 to B15. But as of today, 5/22, May 22nd, 2020, the best level to run is going to be the Golems 11, B11. And the B11 boss is going to be a light type boss. So I recommend definitely for every player, unless you're, top quality, high tier, end game player, you're going to be using the Zapper mode. One, it's quicker than basically nuking mode on auto. And if you're going to do it, I guess, by hand, you can do it a little bit quicker by hand if you're doing it by hand. But I don't recommend it, guys. I recommend you guys to just use 2 zappers and 2 wave clearers. And the reason why I say 2 wave clearers is because the light Mandragora, yeah, she is going to be one of the most painful monsters to try to beat in B11. And as you guys know, she has Fearless Taunt, which reduces her damage received by 50%, and she'll taunt your monster. So having 2 wave clearers is completely essential to having a clear Golems B11. And again, guys, I particularly made this video just to show you guys what is the best way to run the brand new Golems. And of course, the most efficient way to farm gems now is going to be B11. I'm just going to back out here really quick. As you guys can see, B11 and B15 have taken out the 4-star gem. So 5 through 6-star gems is basically all you're going to get from these dungeons. But again, guys, out of running this dungeon, 30 times and getting 24 5-star gems and only 6 6-star gems, it's not effective at all. So again, B11, that's essentially the best new place to farm gems now. That's where you want to be. And it's going to be the same goal as B10, which is to build 2 zappers. You can use the Water Miho, or you can use the Wood Seedler if you're a free-to-play player. If you were here for the Flora event during the last, I believe it's the Lupin dungeon, you could get some soul stones to get her. If not, I think that she's probably going to be back here in about 4 months or 5 months or so. I know it seems like a long time, but as you go through the events and whatnot, 4 months will go by really in a blink of an eye. So anyway, she might be coming back soon. But the best zapper in the game is going to be the Water Selene. I haven't Evo 3 heard yet, but I think I might do it now that I'm going to be doing the B11 actually a lot. Because, of course, with them taking out the 4-star gem and it only costing 9 energy to get in, it's a lot more efficient than running B10 over and over and over and over again and getting 4-star gems. So me personally, I have 2 Drakas. I definitely recommend you guys to use an HP looter skill. The reason being is because B11 through B15, the bosses essentially have 3 moves, and you can see them in B7 to 10. But essentially, the first hit is going to be a really heavy, high damage hit. It's going to hit you for around 76,000 damage. You know, depending on how high your defense is, it can go lower than that. On average, though, for me, I'm getting hit for around 52,000 damage. So that means that if my monster doesn't have 52,000 health, he's going to essentially die. And that's essentially what happened to me in Golems B11 through B15 when the first time that I ran it. It took me like 7 or 8 tries to do all of these guys. And essentially what it came down to is the fact that you're going to want to build your mons on HP defense or HP attack, depending on how, you know, high your leader skill is and what you're using for your gems. I highly recommend you guys to put your zappers on conviction sets and put them on HP defense, especially if you're using a Wood Seedler or the Water Miho. If you super evolved your Water Miho, she's actually really good for this event. She's really tanky. She has zap for 2 turns on the let's see if I can actually pull her up. Yeah, she has a 100% chance to zap for 2 turns, I believe, on the first star skill. Yep, 100% chance to inflict the enemy with zap damage for 2 turns, and 80% chance for 2 turns on the 5-star skill. So the Water Miho Super Evoed is really good for this, and you could put her on HP attack. If you're going to be using the Wood Sealer, again, you're going to want to go HP defense. I think he's over here to the right. Let me see if I... Oh, and definitely make sure you guys skill book your monsters. You know, I recommend any new player that's starting to play the game to definitely build a Wood Sealer into Water Miho and just to max skill book them, because you can use them in Golems B10. If you can't do B11, you can definitely continue to do B10. It's still very efficient. The Wood Sealer is 80% chance with 2 zaps for 1 turn, and 80 or 60% chance with 2 zaps for 2 turns. So they're essentially pretty good. The zap damage, the way it works now, it's a fixed damage. It's 7%. So, you know, depending on how much the health pool of the boss, I know for B10, the boss ticks each hit for around 47,000 HP, which is around 7% of its health. I think the health is 900,000. The numbers are actually kind of like bogus. They're kind of misconstrued because there's damage caps that you can do per hit to the bosses. So, you know, don't pay too much attention as to how much health the boss has. Just know that Zap does 7% of the boss's damage, and therefore each tick that you have of Zap is going to basically help to get him down quicker. So, enough of me chatting up. I'm just going to go ahead and straight up do this. You can use other wave clearers. I probably should go over that too. Good wave clearers. Mona, definitely a good monster to have. Here though, she's probably gonna do better on a pugilist set. The reason why is because you're gonna want to stun the Mandragoras, stun the Minos, and you'll see that once we get in there. Basically, the dungeon can be a pain. But again, Mandragora is going to be the one that you're going to want to take down. So therefore, I want to tell you guys to use at least 2 wave clearers. The Dark Kiki here, really good for this event because she heals herself on the 3-star skill. You know, 100% chance to restore 20% on HP. So her being on a Dark Attacker and a wave clearer, she's going to be getting hit for quite a bit. The way that I would build her, if you're going to be using her for the golems, is going to be HP attack or HP attack. I know you're kind of lackluster on attack, but she already has a 100% chance to, or a 100% bonus to critical hit damage. So, you know, put her on an intuition set or a conviction set, just a little bit of crit damage substats or just high crit rate substats, HP attack or HP attack. You know, you want her to live because she's a dark type. She's going to be getting hit for quite a bit. Same thing with monsters like the Dark Flora here. She's a really good zapper, but she's going to get hit for a hell of a ton. So definitely, you know, if you're going to be using your wave clearers, make sure that dark wave clearers, make sure that there are like, you know, really high HP sets. And again, the HP leader skill, you know, try to go for the best one that you have. My Draka has 45%. It's a level 6. So, you know, I'm going to basically just stick with her. Another good wave clearer, believe it or not, is going to be the Dark Mowgli. The Dark Mowgli is really good. She has critical hit damage by 40% when attacking light mons, and the 5-star skill is 30% for the light mons. So she's a really good wave clearer for this. Next time she comes back, pick yourself up 2 of her, and you'll be golden. She has the Dark Leader skill, so you could use her with like 2 Dark Zappers. So, you know, it increases attack power of Dark Astromons by 30%. You know, you could use her. But again, I recommend the HP leader skill over anything else. But alright, let's just go ahead and give it a try here. I'm just going to press battle. I forgot to hit the auto battle there. But essentially, this is my best way of doing this dungeon. I'm trying to go for time on most of these. I can get it down to like, 120, 117, 115 or so. But each one of you guys will have different numbers based on the monsters you have and, what level skill book they are. But holy bejesus, I think that the Dark Floor is actually going to die this turn. But we'll see here. Maybe she'll live. Oh, yep, she died. That's totally fine. I should still be able to do this. So, even if you're a whale and you don't have, really good zappers, you can still do this with, just a wave clearer team. I personally have 3 Drakas. So before I was actually using 3 Drakas into Celine, and that's given me the best time. But as you guys will see, zap damage is the best way to go. And again, I'm going to leave it on auto. We'll do like 2 or 3 tries, and we'll see how fast we can get. But again, guys, if you don't have, the water Celine, don't freak out. Like, you can do this with the water Miho. The water Miho is essentially just the same as her. The water Celine has a little bit better zap damage and chance, especially when skill booked, but the water Miho is just fine. So as you guys can see there, doing pretty well. Got, basically 5 zaps on it. It should die after this next turn. But as you guys can see, it is pretty heavy. So, be prepared to die a few times in this dungeon. Don't think that you can just do it out on the go. If you're a new player and you listen to me when I said, all right, this one was 131. That was the best time. All right. That was without the flora at the end too. But as you guys can see, only 5-star gems in here, 5 to 6, so nothing too bad. But again, if you're a new player and you don't know what else to use here, you can just hit me up on Discord. I'll leave a link if you need some help building teams for the B11. I'll put the link up here on your screen right now. And then you guys can just hit me up on Discord. Just add me at Odinson on our Discord channel, and I'll be able to help you out with whatever monsters you have and try to get you to complete basically B11 on auto mode. But again, guys, don't waste your time at all doing B12 through B15. If you haven't cleared it yet, don't even bother with it. Just leave it the way it is. Just run B10, run B11. Those are going to be the one, they're energy efficient. 2, you don't need to basically go crazy as far as building your monsters. If you're mid game and end game, even for end game players, I hear it all the time on trade chat now. They're like, B15, it's crap. It's horrible. It's taking me 5 minutes and I have to manually do it. That's essentially what the Golem dungeon is for now. The 433 is really forcing players to kind of like get into the dungeon, fail, and then use 10 Astro Gem to basically get you to spend more Astro Gems trying to get that dungeon. But again, guys, after running the dungeon 30 freaking times and getting 24 5-star gems, not worth it. Just don't do it. I know that RNG plays a big factor here and whatnot, but I'll tell you right now, for the level of difficulty, for the time that it takes to complete the dungeon, it's not worth it. So stick to B11 or B10 if you can't do B11. You'll get this done in no time. Really easy, as you guys can see. Basically, I'm on full on auto. I understand that I have, 2 Drakas, so therefore it's a little bit easier for me to generate SP, but you can use other monsters like the Fire Merlin, for example. He's really good. He has morale boost 50%. So morale boosters 50%, pretty good in here. Let's see, what's another really good one to bring in here? You can even use the Water Merlin. He gives 15 SP. There's a lot of monsters now that have 20% HP and SP recovery. I believe the Wood Gilgamesh has that particular skill. And I actually have a Hunter Soulstone, so while I'm in the video, we'll go ahead and summon him up after this. But I'm just letting you guys kind of run through the golems now just to show you guys that it can be done. The best method that I've found so far is going to be 2 zappers and 2 wave clearers. It's essentially the fastest way that you guys can get through this. The reason being, again, is going to be that light Mandragora. We'll see her here probably in one of these 3 waves, and you'll see that she has Fearless Taunt, so she'll hit you pretty hard with that. And with her damage reduction, it's really hard to get in here with all Dark Nukers, and unless you can kill her on the first turn, on the first shot, it's pretty hard to complete. But anyways, if you don't have the Water Celine, Water Miho. If you don't have the Flora, the Wood Seedler is a really good option. You could also use the Wood Purse. You could also use, I don't know, somebody like the Dark Yuki. She has SP Siphon and Zap on the 2 stars and the 5-star skill. So, you know, there's quite a few choices out there for you guys to use, but as you guys can see, Zap is essentially the best way because you're gonna get hit a few times, but chances are that by the time that you get hit those few times, your Zap's already basically taken them down. You know, definitely for builds, go full on HP defense or HP attack, and that's basically your best bet. I don't want to go too crazy long into the video, but as you guys can see, that's essentially the new best way to beat the dungeon. Don't do B12 to B15, and just stick to building 2 wave clearers and zap damage for B11. Let's see, what else could I really talk about? Not much else, guys. It's just don't do it. It's not worth it. It's absolutely stupid. Like I said, it took me quite a few tries, and I actually got frustrated because I spent almost 500 energy trying to complete the dungeons themselves just on the first wave, so not worth it. All right, let's go see if I can summon up the Gilgamesh while we're here. But again, guys, if you need help, like I'm on Discord all day long. Just at Odin-san on when we're in the channel. All you gotta do is send me like a couple screenshots of the monsters that you have, and I'll help you kind of like gear to or at least work at getting that team that you need. There's other players in the channel that are actually really good at the game as well. So if you need help, they'll more than likely help you out as well. You know, we have quite a few channels, pretty easy to basically get any help at any point in time. Specifically because, you know, a lot of you guys are probably brand new to the game, you don't know what you're doing, or maybe you're just stuck at some point and stuck in some place, you don't know how to progress. You know, definitely hit us up. We're more than likely to help you out. And of course, Elio is on our channel too, and he's a pretty awesome helper as well. He definitely knows a lot about the game. So if you guys want to, you know, hit him up for anything else, he's really good. Okay, so I was wrong. That the Gilgamesh actually has Predator and Persevere. But anyways, looks like you'll have to go with monsters that have, you know, Zap and some pretty decent recovery. Again, guys, you know, it's all up to you and what you have for your monsters, but don't be afraid to hit us up, and then we'll probably help you come up with a team that you can use to beat B11. So again, guys, keynotes, don't do B12 to B15, do B11, and just work on 2 wave clearers and 2 zappers. Anyways, guys, that's it for this video. I will catch you guys on the next one. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you're new. Go ahead and let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about the new dungeon. If you need help with anything, go ahead and hit us up on the Discord. Alright, guys, I'll catch you guys in the next video.